Hello and welcome to Perspective. I'm Monique Carradine Kitchens. In this economy, everyone is looking for ways to stretch their dollars, and that's exactly what today's show is all about. So if you have kids who are going to college eventually, you already know about the high cost of college tuition. In fact, today it costs anywhere from $30,000 to $100,000 to complete just your bachelor's degree. But my first guests say those numbers should not deter you from seeking your degree, because there are ways to access free money, that's right, free money to pay for college. I am very pleased to have Shelley here with me today and Katy Lander. They are the co-founders of All In Education. Welcome to the program.
Thanks for having us.
Really, really great to have you. This is such an important issue. I have a son, of course. He's quite a ways away from going to college. But there are some folks out there who have kids in high school, and they'll be going to college pretty soon. And you guys say there is a wealthy way to go to college. Talk a little bit about what that means.
Yeah, absolutely. I think what we found out is the wealthy way to go to college is what most parents want. It's to be able to actually have their kids go to school and graduate with what they believe to be success, which is basically, one, understand who you are and have a personal brand that people want to give success to when you leave, and two, be able to have the least amount of debt associated with that personal brand.
Right, exactly. And so you guys have personal stories of your own. We're talking about free money here, and everybody's ears are already perked up. So you, Katy, were able to get quite a bit of free money to pay for your own college
Absolutely.
career. Talk about how you did that, and how much did you get?
Yeah, well, my father was a CPA, so when we talked about going to college, it wasn't just whatever you want, honey. It came down to dollars. And he said, you're going to have to figure out how to help pay your way through college. And so there wasn't a roadmap when I started, but I looked among my resources in my own backyard and started finding incredible opportunities that everybody could have taken advantage of, but just weren't publicized. And I've been able to get over $80,000 and still counting.
Are you kidding me?
For college. I graduated without a dime of debt.
No debt, no loans, nothing to pay back. That's phenomenal. And so basically what you guys have done is created a system where you help other people do exactly what you just did through what you call a system of networks. Talk about the networks that you have now.
Basically the networks, we have really three main focal points. One, it's backyard, what we call backyard benefaction. I know it's a very cute name, I know, isn't it? But it's really the scholarships that are in our backyard. These are the foundations, the family foundations, and the businesses that are here that want to support people locally, students locally. And a lot of these don't have a lot of the caps that other federal dollars and cents do, in terms of, you have to make only $30,000 or you can't get any help. And for so many parents right now, they're like, I need as much help as possible, because this is one of three of my kids that's about to go to college, and we do really need some help. And so backyard benefaction is those scholarships that are here in your backyard. Two is tuition reimbursement. Most people don't know that corporations, 87% of corporations, will pay their students the same wages, $8, $9, $10 an hour, and they'll also pay them $3,000, $4,000, or even $5,000 or more every year net back to their college tuition. And then the third is getting college credits for a very simple test that any students can take.
That is fascinating, that whole testing thing that you guys have discovered. It's called
CLEP testing.
CLEP testing, right. Talk a little bit about what that means.
Well, CLEP testing is actually offered through College Board. It's not one of our private networks. It's something any student can take advantage of. Only colleges do not publicize this. As you can imagine, they don't want students to be able to get college credits without having to pay for it. But CLEP testing is something that College Board created, and it's a general test that allows you to demonstrate that you're proficient in a subject.
So once you take the test,
you get college credits.
You get college credits.
Exactly, and you don't have to be a genius. It's not the AP tests where you have to score something crazy. You have to get a 55% on most of these. That's a failing score in order to get college credits. And for students who are really going to struggle with paying that tuition bill, there are over 33 of these general proficiency tests they can take. And at 33 test options, class options, that pretty much covers all of your general studies courses. 2 years of college you could test out of.
It's fascinating, because this is information that kids may not necessarily, Kyle, be getting from their high school guidance counselors, right?
And that's the whole thing, is that Not that any of these people are bad, but
Sure.
they have enough on their plate with the guidance counselors. They give them some scholarship applications and, you know, a little pat on the tushy and off you go. Good luck with that. But what they really need is, hey, how do I actually go and get this? And make it realistic. This generation, we want it easy and we want it now. And so let's meet them where they're at. And so, yeah, most people don't know about this. Most schools don't tell the students. And quite honestly, the universities won't tell the students, and the corporations that pay back benefits like tuition reimbursement won't tell them either, because who wants to let them, or who wants to pay them more or let them pay less for the school?
Exactly. It's best kept secrets. Okay, let's take a quick break.
Exactly.
Got some more secrets. We're also going to talk about exactly what families can benefit from these services that are offered by All In Education and how you can take advantage of them. So stay tuned. We'll be right back with more in just a moment. We are back with tips on getting free money to pay for college. Honey, you need to call everybody that you know so that you can figure out how to do this for your own college-bound kids. Again, Kyle, Shelley, and Katy Lander with All In Education. Okay, so you talked about some of the resources that you have. Let's talk about this idea of personal branding. I'm a big fan of branding, but I'm way post-college. So why should college kids be concerned about personal branding?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the fact of the matter is that if you don't have a good brand when you come out of school, no one's going to hire you. And we can look at the economy and go, okay, so there's not a lot of jobs. Well, there's a ton of jobs, but you just have a lot more competition. So you have to separate yourself. And what most students think is that this GPA or the school that you go to is going to equate to the success. And they get out there and all of a sudden, they don't have an ability to articulate what value they've achieved through this major. Right. And so what we talk a lot about and how we materialize the successes of the students from getting into school to getting the financial resources is, one, what are your innate skills, and enhance those skills when you're in school. Do the different organizations and associations and really get yourself well-rounded when you're in school, and understand not because of your major, but through your major, how you heighten those skills into strengths. And then being able to articulate that both on paper and in person is how you achieve the success in school and after school. Talk
to me about who specifically your target market is. That's what everybody wants to hear. Who are you going after?
Yeah. We are definitely interested in those students who are juniors and seniors in high school.
Okay.
And while our services can help students who are already in college, our goal is to help those families before they take on that burden of tuition and help them take advantage of those scholarship networks that we have, the tuition reimbursement networks that we have, to allow them to realize the most amount of money that they can off their college tuition.
Is there anything else specific about the families that can benefit the most from your services?
You know, yeah, if I may, we really, most of the families that we come across say, well, I make too much money. Because all the information out there on paying for college is for those families who are under a certain income level, and that, based on federal standards, is pretty low. So it's the middle and upper middle class families that feel like they have no options, and those are the people we really want to share our resources with, because these resources are for anybody, regardless of your income level. So for those families that think they make too much money, there are options, and that's what we want to tell them.
Absolutely, there are options, but there are a lot of other companies out there, but you guys are not like college coaches, you're not like this scholarship company. You know, talk about the difference, and, you know, for those that may have never heard of a company like All In Education, what is it? How do you do this?
Yeah, and that's probably the thing that we have the most practice in, because people are like, what are you?
Exactly, right?
And basically what we are is we go more along the lines of like a success coach. We really want to help out this generation so they can leave financially solvent and have a confidence in themselves that it's just lacking. You know, they're coming out and they really forget, you know, that there's got to be meat behind this degree. And so, you know, we call ourselves, you know, success coaches, and we really go after these financial resources for all families. And our real goal is being able to give them a foundation of confidence and success through that major and during their time in college, not because of the elite status of the degree, so they can go afterwards and be successful in life. And that's what all parents and all students want, and most students want it in their 20s, not to wait for their 50s or 60s, and that's what we do it for them.
Let's talk about the main key things that you think every college student, every parent of a college-bound student needs to know as they prepare for this process so that they can, you know, successfully get through college, but also get through debt-free. What are some key things they should walk away from our conversation here today?
Absolutely. I think, number one, that college is for everybody. Doesn't matter what your socioeconomic status is, period. It's for everybody. And we have the financial resources that are not loans that they can take advantage of.
And it's still relevant even though we're in an economy that is a
Absolutely.
jobless economy? You
Yes.
still think college is important?
Oh, it's absolutely important because, one, it's the last thing you ever want to do is have a barrier in front of you. And sometimes you just need that degree. So, yeah, it's absolutely relevant. So, one, know that college is available for everybody, and they should definitely take advantage of it. But know that if Timmy doesn't go to the Stanfords of the world, that it's going to be okay. Do not go tap into your retirement accounts and mortgage your home because there's zero evidence, literally, and this will surprise you. There's no evidence to show an increase over a lifetime from, let's say, a public institution to the elite Ivy Leagues. Zero. So if that's the case, why pay 3, 5, 10 times as much for an education that you as parents
Exactly.
may not be able to afford, and you might risk your own financial stability?
But the resources that you guys have available and make available to the students you work with apply to both public universities as
Absolutely.
well as private.
Absolutely.
So
And we're not favoring either
Sure.
public or private, but the goal is just, especially for parents, do not leverage your financial well-being to send your student to college because, like Kyle said before, your child is going to be successful if they understand how to brand themselves. And in a time like never before, our country is moving in a position of branding, that social networking, presenting yourself well, that's what it's all about.
All right, we're just about out of time. I've had so much fun. As we go, tell us how folks can reach out to you guys.
Absolutely. They can get a hold of us. They can do info at All In Education. That's INFO at All In Education, ALLIN education.com. Ask us any questions. They can go to www.allineducation.com and they can get a hold of us on there too.
And we'll have all of that information on our website. And so you can check out the website here for perspective. Kyle, Katie, what a pleasure to have you. It's been great. And you guys are going to be working with folks here in Chicago too. So definitely reach out to them and appreciate you stopping by. Next up, we will learn about how coupon clipping can save you more money than you think. So stay with us.